Well, the school decided that they would look at marking and feedback because it's one of the things on the school development plan to get students engaged with the feedback. So the first thing that we did was a questionnaire of the students to see what they thought of the feedback they were getting. And 25% actually owned up to never even reading it. We then put together a good practice guide for the staff of examples of the kind of marking that got students to engage with it, whether it was hinge questions that they had to answer or activities that they had to do based on the marking. And we trialled that for a term and then did another student survey where a lot more of them said they actually read it this time. So one of the activities that we talked about in one of our cluster meetings was something called flash marking, where you only take 5 or 6 books from the class, mark them, and then give them back. And I'd heard of this before, but I thought that would be good for me, but I don't see how that would be good for the students. So then that was developed in our cluster meeting to go, well, you could put the students into groups and they could all work on the feedback that you've given that one student. So that's what we then put into place in class. The quality and the depth of the answers that they came up with together from the hinge questions of the one book in the group that was marked was really, really good. The students are now engaging in their work and they've said that they take more notice of it and so action it in future work more than they would have done in the past, which is creating more in-depth answers. They're going back and re-looking at things because they've got their improved answers to work from. So 3 hours marking a set of books for me was pointless because they weren't reading it. Now I'm marking 5 books in 15 minutes, 10 minutes in class for them to work through it, and they are getting better learning from it. The information that we got from the surveys has gone on to senior management and they're using that to help rewrite the marking policy this year. And some of the initial things I've seen coming from that is that every student will have an action to do from the marking to ensure that they are engaging with that every single time.